What's going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. For the past decade, we have seen Disney push a straight up ideological message from absolutely leftists that own and run Disney at the expense of basically all of their quality entertainment and their goodwill of mouth and their ability to make good movies. And only recently have we started to see course corrections where instead of pushing a political message, they're really just trying to adapt a good story, make a good story with characters. And because of that, they've recently had some movies that are doing well, but there's still enough employees that are captured that you have to take everything on a case by case basis. But we are seeing course corrections that you never would have seen. So back in 2024, just to set up the current one, we did see that Disney cut a trans storyline from Pixar's Win or Lose series. And there's been a couple other little things here and there showing that, look, we're just trying to make stories. We're not trying to put anything in here that is going to upset parents and or get a bunch of controversy. So when we saw this story that for Lilo and Stitch, which we all agree is going to make $1 billion easily, there is one character who has a running gag throughout the film of thinking he's blending in with Earth culture, and he's not. And he's wearing all female clothing and not understanding the differences in gender and men and women and all that, which a lot of modern day people also have problems with. So we saw this from discussing film that the live action Lilo and Stitch remake director Fleischer Camp hints that Pleakley in a dress isn't in the film. I just want to say I tried. So this all comes from a TikTok video where someone freeze framed it and they were commenting and he says, I tried. So also commenting here, the question is, and we'll get into it, is was this to not offend people on the left who might take this as making fun of trans people or men who dress in drag or something like that? Or was this the people on the right who would have said that this is propaganda, trans, or both? A mixture of both. You let me know in the comments. It would have made sense for Pleakley's hologram disguise to be a woman as an homage to the original, but I get why they changed it. The world doesn't look at that kind of humor the same way anymore. Correct. And I think that is the biggest thing. Is it used to be very funny for men to throw on a dress. So we'll look at the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, Birdcage. That was all a lot of humor found in that until they started pushing it in schools and other things. And then it's not so funny. Avoiding the possible controversy was probably the smarter move. Now, I do agree with that, but as pointed out here, things have changed since that original Lilo and Stitch. Pleakley's disguises were never presented as serious or symbolic, nor were they meant to be. As the self-described Earth expert of the Galactic Federation, Pleakley's approach to blending in was hilariously misguided. And yes, he picked all the wrong clothing. And the comments of all like, it was amazing. They didn't react. They just accepted him. It's not what you're thinking. So when I was trying to find clips of this should show you how he's viewed. This from a year ago, almost 800,000 views. Pleakley, being a non-conforming king for 8 minutes straight, intergalactic drag icon. So, regardless of the original intention, Pleakley is being seen as a drag icon. Pointing out here, in today's hyper politicized entertainment landscape, even a one-eyed alien in a wig can't escape cultural rebranding. Over the years, certain online communities have latched onto Pleakley's disguises, wigs, dresses, lipstick, not as the absurdist humor they were clearly meant to be, but as some sort of symbolic expression of gender politics. So this is what it's more seemingly, if not to defend, but they're not trying to have their drag icon in the Disney movie for kids, because that's what it's been turned into, not what it originally was. You see, so now with the live action remake, Pleakley's look, some fans online are treating it as an erasure of something it never was. Posts across Tumblr and Reddit have declared him an icon, claiming he somehow represented the filmmakers, never intended. And the viewers never asked for. It's a running gag that has been retrofitted to suit the cause. Nothing has been taken away. You can see here what's really been lost isn't representation. It's the freedom to be silly, to let a cartoon be a cartoon, to let a goofy alien in a dress just be a goofy alien in the dress. Not everything has to mean something. And I think that's the point, is that yes, I don't like that term, the woke right or whatever the fuck it is, but the extremists, because there's still extremists on both sides, the ones that they want us all actually looking like Handmaid's Tale and not having any violence, and this is like a crusade video game or something. Yeah, they'll get upset at this. And the reverse, the other extremists that want to come for your kids, make them all gay and trans and rainbow colored, they will also get upset by this. Meanwhile, we would just probably want a good adaptation of the live action, hope that it has funny bits. So this all came from that TikTok video where someone's saying, how dare they ruin Pleakley's disguise like that? And that's, of course, where he said, I tried. And that's what's led us all to today. So it says it wasn't an oversight or forgetfulness, but rather a deliberate choice, possibly to avoid controversy or simply to reflect a tonal shift in the live action remake. For some, the updated Lilo and Stitch Pleakley represents a missed opportunity to embrace the joyful weirdness of the original. For others, it's a smart and respectful adjustment for a new generation. And for others, it's a wild social statement that was never intended from the original lighthearted family film. Myself, I think they just realized that there was going to be controversy, and we're already seeing it. The people on the left, and I'll go to what my response was, and you can see the comments below. I just said, laughing my ass off, really upset you can't get your drag queen alien, huh? Here's her Tater. I'm a conservative, and yeah, laugh out loud. When I was a kid, when the original came out, it was a funny gag. A bit disappointed they won't have it, but the comments are correct. I'm sure the drag/trans community wouldn't like a gag making fun of them. Disney caters to the left. A couple queer people saying that, nope, I would have been fine with it. I don't care. I do like the one at the bottom here that says Disney catering to the left. You guys have won the culture war. Stop whining and acting like we're still in 2010. So there you go. According to them, we've won the culture war. You let me know what you think. Why did they cut it? Is it simply modern audience type stuff? Did they realize it was going to be a controversy on both sides and best to just get the whole thing out of here, unironically causing controversy? I don't know. You let me know what you think. Either way, make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well,